Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear viewers, very warm welcome to my vlog series. This is a very special vlog, and dear viewers, a very special request that kindly subscribe my channel, which is named as M. Naeem Qazi, and do share the video of my channel with your friends, and do watch it. Thank you. God bless you. And today's talk is a very important one. Dear viewers, this is regarding the prehistoric culture of Pakistan. Dear viewers, in 2022, in the month of September, we have been to Sakkar, Rodi Hills and Khairpur. We very carefully surveyed the Rodi Hills, which is famous for the prehistoric culture. Dear viewers, Rodi Hill is not only famous for the prehistoric cultural activities, as well many proto-historic and early historic and medieval period historical references have been also registered in the various accounts, but today's talk is specifically on the prehistoric culture of Rodi Hills. Dear viewers, besides September 2022, we have been also visited the site of Makli Hills in 2022 October. Dear viewers, I was alongside by Professor Dr. Zakirullah Jan from Department of Archaeology, University of Peshawar. Dear viewers, let me tell you, for the students of archaeology and history, that the prehistoric culture is divided into three main phases. That is the Paleolithic culture. Paleo mean old or ancient, and lithic mean stone. So apart from the Paleolithic culture, the second phase or the second period of prehistory is the Mesolithic culture. So dear students, the lower Paleolithic culture has been reported from the different areas of Pakistan. As far as its beginning is concerned, is generally assigned to the Sua Valley. The Sua Valley is located in the Rawalpindi of Punjab province of Pakistan. Here on the bank of river Suma, 5 terraces have been deposited. The total deposit height is 480 feet. These 5 terraces, the number 1 terrace is assigned to the lower Paleolithic culture. From there, the earliest stone tools such as the Abelian hand axes, followed by the Aeolian hand axes. Dear viewers, the Abelian culture was for the first time reported from France, where a very famous site known as Abbeville. From Abbeville, a kind of hand axes have been reported which were thicker in size and roughly made. Such kind of hand axes were known after the name of the site, Abbeville, such as Abbevilian. Whereas the Aeolian hand axes have been reported from Shil, a Shul site located in France, and thereafter the name of the culture is known as Aeolian culture. The Aeolian hand axes are improved, developed form of the Abbevilian hand axe culture. Dear viewers, such type of hand axes, both Abbevilian and Acheulean hand axes have been reported, which are generally dated to the dated as back as 2 million years before present. Apart from the Soa Valley hand axe culture, the second important category of stone tool that is known as Clactonian culture. Dear students, Clacton is the name of site which is located in England. There, for the first time, roughly made flakes larger in size have been reported, and thereafter the culture has been known as the Clactonian culture. So the early flakes is generally known as the Clactonian type of flakes. The Clactonian culture or the early flakes are followed by the Levalloisian culture. The Levalloisian culture has been reported from France, where the earliest discovery has been made at Levallois. The Levallois culture is known as Levalloisian culture. So from Soa Valley, both the Clactonian kind of flakes, the larger in size and roughly made, are called as Clactonian flakes, whereas the improved form of the Clactonian flakes are known as Levalloisian flakes. So both such type of tools have been reported. Apart from the hand axe culture and the Levalloisian tools, core tools, pebble tools, these are some of the other significant tools, such as the core tools have been also reported. Dear students, now how these tools were made? These tools were made through the direct percussion. For example, a pebble was placed on the anvil, and with the help of a hammer, which was from stone, a blow was given, and when the flake was detached, so that was used as a weapon by them, and there was no secondary work. The technique was through the direct percussion, and when from a pebble a flake was detached, so the remaining part was is known as the core tool, and many tools or as many flakes can be detached from that core tool, and the core tool was also used as a weapon by them. Such as the hand axes have been made from the pebbles. They selected such type of pebbles which were oblong in shape, and they placed the oblong shaped pebble on an anvil, and with the help of hammer a blow was given on one side, that is either the lower one or the upper side. So this is a very important point that they were emphasizing, that how easily that can be held. So that was used as a butt end, and the remaining end was placed on the anvil, and with the help of hammer, blow was given to convert it into a sharper end, and that was used as a hand axe. So both finished and unfinished hand axes have been reported during the course of excavations, as well during the course of survey and exploration. Dear viewers, apart from the pebble tools, chopping tools have been also made by them through the direct percussion. Apart from this Soa Valley, from Chontra, from Morgan, from Rawat, These are some of the other significant sites from where the Abelian type of indexes, Acheulean type of indexes, Clectonian type of lakes, Levalloisian type of lakes, core tools and pebble tools have been reported. Dear viewers, as I discussed before that from Rody Hills, during the course of survey, a lot of lower Paleolithic stone tools have been reported, such as the Abelian indexes, Acheulean indexes, Clectonian flakes, Levalloisian flakes, core tools, pebble tools. These may be generally dated to 1.8 million year before present or 1.7 million year before present. During this phase of time, the people were living open air near the bank of rivers because water is an essential usage, very important for the human being, and they were living on the margin of forest to collect fruit for themselves. So this was their economy. Furthermore, they were hunting the animal for their food. Dear viewers, with the passage of time, when the human culture was improved, this was then entered into the second phase. Before discussing the second phase, let me tell you that one of the earliest culture of Lower Paleolithic has been reported apart from Europe, from Africa, particularly from East Africa, from Tanzania, Kenya and Ethiopia. Olduvai Gorge is one of the most significant site. From there the Acheulean indexes and Levalloisian flakes have been reported, dated to 1.89 million year before present, and one of the earliest men who has been assigned to the manufacturing of Oldowan culture as Zinjanthropus. Apart from Zinjanthropus, one of the other earliest men has been named by the prehistorian, such as Australopithecus. So they were responsible for the manufacturing of stone tools. Dear students, Karari Tuf is one of the other important site from where the earliest fire evidence has been reported. Tuf mean a fine ashy layer. Dear viewers, coming back to Pakistan, in the second phase of this Paleolithic culture is called as the Middle Paleolithic. During the Middle Paleolithic, advancement can be noticed. Here, people like Homo habilis, Homo erectus were the main architect of stone tool technology. The industry is generally known as the Mousterian culture. The Mousterian culture has been evolved from the Levalloisian culture. Thereafter, some of the prehistorian scholars named it as the Levallois Mousterian culture. During this particular phase, apart from the Acheulean indexes, Levalloisian flakes, scrapers have been made for the first time. The Mousterian culture is generally a scraping industry. Dear viewers, Homo habilis means handyman, whereas Homo erectus mean a man who is in erected form. Because during the Lower Paleolithic, Australopithecus and Zinjanthropus, they were not in pure upright posture. So during the Middle Paleolithic, one can notice improvement in the human physical structure. During this particular phase, they tried to shelter themselves instead of living open air. So this is one of the other achievement. As far as the economy is concerned, still they were collecting fruit and hunting animal. Besides, they made fireplaces where they were cooking food for themselves. As far as the stone tool industry is concerned, they for the first time retouched the stone tools, or secondary work was adopted by them, through which the stone tools were refined, or they were, if the stone tool edges were blunted, so they reshaped. They again they provided secondary work or retouched to make them for the work or for the usage. So this was an advancement both in the industry as well as in the living style, as well as in the human structural composition. During here in Pakistan, from Suwa Valley, from Sangau Cave, which is located at Mia Khan Sangau, the one of the earliest Paleolithic cave has been reported, and this cave was reported by Professor Ahmad Asandani, the then chairman of Department of Archaeology, University of Peshawar, in 1962. He excavated the site. During the course of excavation, 5 periods have been reported. Period first undoubtedly is assigned to the Middle Paleolithic, and from here scrapers of different variety have been reported. Apart from this Mia Khan Sangau, Middle Paleolithic stone tools have been reported from Rodi Hills, which is located in Sindh. So from here we can notice further advancement, and smaller type of stone tools have been reported. Like we can say that the beginning of microlithic industry was just started, and with this the stone tool culture entered into the third phase of Paleolithic culture, which is called as the Upper Paleolithic or Late Paleolithic. During this particular phase of time, Neanderthal and Homo sapien, they were men responsible for the manufacturing of stone tools. They were the people who started the late Paleolithic or upper Paleolithic culture. During this phase of time, microlithic stone tools were made by them. Apart from stone tools, bone tools have been also introduced. They started living inside the caves. The caves were beautifully decorated by means of engravings, and paintings were provided to the caves. They used the fresco bono painting technique. In fresco bono, paintings were done on the wet plaster. During this phase of time, they made barbed harpoons. They made fishing hooks. So apart from the hunting animals, fish was also collected through the fishing hooks from the rivers, from the ocean. They buried their dead body. This is the one of the other achievement which have been observed during the course of excavation, and particularly from South Russia, from Kopova, the earliest record of burial tradition has been reported. As far as prehistoric culture of Pakistan, particularly the late Paleolithic culture of Pakistan is concerned, the second period of Sangau is assigned to the late or upper Paleolithic. From there, pointed tools, burins, different type of flakes, blades, daggers. These are some of the earliest stone tools which have been reported. And this particular phase of time is generally dated on the basis of C14, that is carbon 14, to 40,000 before present, and this period ended by 10,000 before present. During the present survey, as I told you, by Professor Dr. Zakirullah Jan from Department of Archaeology, University of Peshawar, from Sakkar, from Rodi Hills, stone tools have been reported. Undoubtedly may be placed during the Upper Paleolithic culture. Dear viewers, when this Upper Paleolithic culture was ended, the second period or the second phase of the prehistory was started, which is known as the Mesolithic culture. During this Meso mean between and Lithic mean stone. So during the Mesolithic culture, stone tools have been reported from Mia Khan from Sangau, which was excavated, as I told you, by Professor Ahmad Sandani. The third period of Sangau cave is dated to the Mesolithic period. During this course of time, the stone tools were further smaller, and they were more advanced, more improved, more developed as compared to the Upper Paleolithic. This particular period is started from 10,000 before present, and it remained for about 2,000 or 1,000 or in some places 3,000 or 4,000 years. And the Mesolithic tools have been also reported from Rodi Hills. Then we have the third period of prehistory, which is known as the Neolithic culture. During the Neolithic culture, they for the first time introduced this picking technique. So through picking technique, they made stone tools. Lighter hammers were used by them. Rubbing tools were made by them. The ground stone tool technique was used by them. The tools were polished by them. So needles have been made by them. The tools were mostly hafted. So the hafted or the butt end technique was actually started during the Upper Paleolithic, where such type of butt ends or hafted kind of tools were made by them. So here during the Neolithic phase, such type of arrangements were further developed. Improvement were provided by the early people. During the Neolithic phase, we can observe revolution, and this is a revolutionary phase of prehistoric period. Here in Pakistan, one of the earliest Neolithic period site was excavated by J.F. Jerige in 1975, a French archaeological mission to Pakistan. Mehergarh is located in Balochistan, and 7 periods have been reported. The first 2 periods are assigned to the Neolithic period. Its first period is dated to 8,215 BC. During this phase of time, handmade pottery was reported during the second period. The second period was started by 7,000 BC. Dear viewers, here burial graves have been reported, grave goods have been excavated. Apart from these, stone tools have been reported. They domesticated animals, they domesticated agriculture, because sickle blade has been reported, which is an indirect indication of the agriculture. So Kili Gul Muhammad is one of the other site where Walter Fair Service in 1952 started excavation, and the first 2 periods may be assigned to the Neolithic culture, which is dated on the basis of C14 from 5500 BC until 4000 BC. So basket mark pottery has been reported during the course of excavation. Apart from the handmade pottery and basket mark pottery, during the Neolithic culture, wheel-made pottery was also reported. So these are the revolution, development, advancement with the passage of time. Dear viewers, apart from the Kiligul Muhammad Mehergarh, very recently Shakir Nasir of Balochistan has done his MPhil under the supervision of Professor Zakirullah Jan, Department of Archaeology, University of Peshawar. He explored numerous sites from Noshki, Balochistan, early Neolithic culture sites, and a lot of important stone tools have been reported. You can watch my vlog on the Shakir Nasir lecture. You will get a lot of information. Apart from Balochistan, Neolithic site has been excavated known as Gumla. 6 periods have been reported. First 2 periods are dated to the Neolithic phase, and the earliest record is dated to 6000 BC by Professor Ahmad Sandani, Department of Archaeology, University of Peshawar. Shiri Khan Tarakai is one of the other site located at Banu, excavated by Professor Farid Khan and Bob Knox, Ken Thomas from British Museum and from the London Institute of Archaeology, UK. A lot of significant stone tools of Neolithic culture have been reported, dated to 4500 BC. The excavation was conducted in 1984. So, apart from all these discoveries and excavation, recently in 2022, September, Professor Dr. Zakirullah Jan has reported Neolithic period stone tools from Rodi Hill, dated to 8000 BC, as early and as late as 6000 BC. In this particular vlog, there are 3 important video clips. One of the Sir Sahibzada Abdul Qayyum Khan Museum of Archaeology and Ethnology, Department of Archaeology, University of Peshawar, from where I have collected the information of Lower Paleolithic, and you will learn a lot from those evidences. And the third one is on the Upper Paleolithic stone tools, which have been collected in October 2022 by Professor Dr. Zakirullah Jan from Rodi Hills. And the third one is of Neolithic period 2022 September by Professor Dr. Zakirullah Jan.
Lower Paleolithic collection from the Sir Sahibzada Abdul Qayyum Museum of Archaeology and Ethnology, University of Peshawar. The collection containing Acheulean hand axes, both finished form and in unfinished form, along with levelizing flakes and chopper and chopping tools with different type of tools.
So Waqar, these are the unfinished
Yes, sir.
Acheulean tools.
The first one is unfinished tools from Lower Paleolithic,
Showing the Acheulean culture, Acheulean hand axes from lower stone.
4 number is core tool of Lower Paleolithic.
And what is the name of the site?
Iskand Kalat, Dogri, Dagar Market, Druhi, Kutwa, Pugla.
And in which particular area?
Kohe Suleiman, Dera Ghazi Khan,
Okay.
the border of Musa Khel.
Okay, these are the Lower Paleolithic hand axes, unfinished, from Acheulean culture.
These are the finished Acheulean hand axes, like pear shape, These are collected from the Kohe Suleiman Mountains, the area of Dera Ghazi Khan.
And these are dated to the lower Paleolithic
These are dated to the lower Paleolithic
and made through the direct percussion
direct percussion about 1.7 million
year before present. Okay.
So this is the map of lower Paleolithic site located in Soa Valley. Rawalpindi. These are the chopping tools from the Soa Valley, Morgan site.
These are chopping tools made through direct percussion. And of course, these are from the lower Paleolithic. Dear viewers, just in front of you are the four flakes, and these have been made through direct percussion, and undoubtedly these may be placed in the Levalazian culture, a very famous French culture during the early or lower Paleolithic phase. Such flakes have been reported, and from Levalva site thereafter this culture is named as Levalazian culture, and such culture has been also reported from Pakistan, from Rodi Hills, as well from Dera Ghazi Khan, from the Suleiman mountain range in Pakistan. And these flakes were made through direct percussion, may be dated to 1.7 million years before present. These have been collected during the course of survey by Professor Dr. Zakirullah Jan and Waqar Khan from Department of Archaeology, University of Peshawar, and these are displayed at Sir Sabzada Abdul Qayyum Khan Museum of Archaeology and Ethnology, University of Peshawar. Thank you, Waqar.
You can see there are a number of stone tools which have been collected from one of the important sites of the Rudi Hills. So the Rudi Hills area is very rich in producing the stone tools of different periods and different ages. It is located in the province of Sindh, and in the northern Sindh particularly. So it is a very huge area which is spreading over about 70 kilometers from north to south, and approximately covering an area from east to west about 20 kilometers. So this is a huge area, and which is full of limestone, but in the limestone there are different types of chert embedded, and that is the attractive point. The chert material is available in large number there, and the same material has been exploited by the early men of South Asia. So right from the prehistoric time to the Indus Valley civilization, where the main material of making tool was stone. So the site from which this collection is made is actually the is known as bypass Rudi Hill bypass, which has been excavated by which has been explored by a team member from Shah Abdul Latif University, Khairpur. And while exploring the Rudi Hills, they took a start from the north portion, and they were lucky to get this important site. and on the basis of surface material, it is associated to the prehistoric times. So it has the material from the Paleolithic time to the Neolithic time and even to the Indus Valley civilization. So the material which is lying over here is basically it basically belonged to the uh, Paleolithic period and to the Neolithic period. You know well that the prehistory of the world, prehistory of South Asia, and the prehistory everywhere is divided into three major parts. The older one is Paleolithic, the middle one is Mesolithic, and the latest one is the Neolithic age. So all the remains of all the periods are reported from the Rudi Hills, uh, and also from this site, the bypass site as well. So it produced remains of the Paleolithic as well as the Neolithic age. Here you can see the different types of nodules of chert which are being used there for making tools. Uh, so these are the nodules, or you can say the cobbles, in which the original surface is still attached to the core of the tool. This is called the cortex, and it is still attached to the body of the stone. Uh, a large number of such type of nodules and chert stone tools are chert material are found there in large number in the Rudi Hills, and that's why it is being exploited by the early human beings there from the time of Mohenjo-daro to from the time of the prehistory to the Indus Valley civilization. At first glance, it seems to be a figurine, but actually this is also a nodule, a stone nodule, uh, which is the edges are, you see, it is knocked off at this area, and even it is knocked off at this area. So a large number of such type of cores and the waste material are there at the Rudi Hills. Uh, this is also a very important evidence of the fossils, because the Rudi Hills contain um, evidences of limestone, and there are different layers in which contain also the chert nodule and the chert stone. So inside the Rudi Hills, a different place, you will also find a large number of fossils, which is indicating that it was once part of the sea and water, so that's why the such type of fossils are there, found in large number. Out of these nodules, different types of stone tools were worked out. So since this is a Paleolithic site and the stone tools are a bit larger in size, so different types of flakes have been detached. And these flakes were then utilized for skinning off animal skin and for removing animal skin, uh, as well as for removing irregularities from the stone sticks to convert it into different types of tools. These were also used as for chiseling and carving and engravings as well, just to provide handles to some of the smaller shaped stone tools. Uh, so the tools are the stone tools which are called as artifacts are different from the naturally made tools. So the clear difference is shown uh, in this. You can see it here. It is a large bulb, which is known as the bulb of percussion. So while striking the nardule with the help of a hammer and chisel, usually a bulb is produced here at the point of impact, which is this one, and is a result of striking the point of impact below is usually resulted into making of a bulb, which is known as the bulb of percussion. Uh, Similarly, this is also a very good example of the bulb. So you can see that the bulb over here is larger in size, so it also shows the intensity of the strike. If it is struck with heavy force, then definitely the bulb will be larger in size. But if the bulb is sometimes small in size, so it shows that the force is not applied with a heavy blow. Uh, the stone tools you can see this one is a shoulder scraper, and if you look at the shape, so it is in the form of a shoulder uh, like this one, and you can also see that the sign of utilization is always there. There are a little bit serration, there are a little bit cavities, so it has been made blunted because of its constant use uh, for cutting probably meat, wooden tools, and crops, etc. So it is used usually for scraping. So that's why the sharpness is gone and the sign of utilization is clearly visible on the working edge of the stone tool. In the next category of the tools, we have the cores. Some cores are large in size, like this one, which you can see that the different blades are detached from this core. This is one blade, this is one is another blade detached from this one, this is another blade. Similarly, on this side also different blades are detached, and you can see the first of all this top surface was made flattened, and then uh, chisel was put here, and with the help of a hammer a gentle blow was given, and as a result of that gentle blow, then flakes were knocked off, and which resulted into the making of blade tools. So the blades are then converted into a number of other tools like scrapers, like burins, like points, denticulated tools, etc. Some of the blades, some of the cores are very small in size, and here you can see this is a core, a bullet shaped core, and in which you can see not only the blades were taken off, but smaller and thinner bladelets were also used in the Paleolithic age as well as in the Neolithic age. So here you can see that how thin a bladelet is detached, is knocked off from this. So sometimes when the different types of blades were detached from the core, and the core was made in this shape. So here you can see that it is a very sharp one, and it can work as a chisel. So it can be used as a chisel itself. So this is also a very interesting evidence from the Rudy Hill bypass. Another bullet core, in which you can see that the blades and bladelets are knocked off, detached from this stone. These are the blades which are manufactured and which were knocked off from these cores, and it has a working edge over here and a working edge on this side. So this is a blade. The blade, which is usually detached from the cores, so this will give you an idea that how it is knocked off. So it was initially attached to this core, and after striking with the hammer at this place, then this blade is detached, and the shape of the core becomes like this one. So this is a very good collection. It is now housed in the SSAQ Museum at Peshawar University, and just for the students, just to see that how the tools worked and how the ancient men manufactured the stone tools. So it can be safely dated to the Upper Paleolithic age, which is 30,000 to 20,000 years before present, 30, 40, and up to 10,000 years before present. This Upper Paleolithic period continued, and then it is followed by the Mesolithic. The Mesolithic period lasted for 2000 years, from 10 to 8000 BC, and then it is followed by the Neolithic age, the New Stone Age, which lasted for about 4000 years, starting from 8000 BC to 4000 BC. So this a small collection of the tools from the bypass Rudy Hills encompass a period from 30,000 to 4000 BC.
Blade cord, sir. Acha, so Zakir Saab, you have collected blade cords.
Yes, sir. This is a blade core, and you can see that this is a blade which is made from this chert. And yes, this is another important tool, which is leaf-shaped blade, and all of these tools can be dated to the Neolithic phase of the prehistoric time. So which you see is almost 8 to 6,000 BC. So it lasted this period.
So this Aurora University is located on a very historic area.
Yes, and fortunately they have also constructed a museum on top of this mound as well, and which exhibit the ruins, a model of the road. Yes, and here is another blade core. So you see that this is a special type of blades which were used for making flakes through pressure flaking technique. And when pressure was put on these plates and these cores, so it resulted into the making of blades and bladelets, which were used by the ancient human society for hunting and for cutting, etc.
Thank you. God bless you, Dr. Zakir Saab.